Welcome back to Ultrakill, everyone. Sorry it's been a little while, I needed a break. College, work, things like that. I forget what we were doing. Feels like there might be something here somewhere. Like right here. Okay, it might have been a while since I last played it, so that's my bad. If I go the other way. Gotcha. We'll have to create a shockwave that knocks things back. I got the idea. Alright, it's been a while. Where am I not supposed to go to? Takes care of that. This feels suspicious. Why do I slow down so much when I go through? This also feels suspicious. Test elevators. Okay, what does this do? Oh! It raises this thing. What good does that do me? That's weird. Back here? Aw, man. Are they still alive? Oh, no. They're so sorry, guys. It has been like a long time. Okay, first of all, yeah, or you could walk into their shower.
Turn on alternate for the coin, because I don't feel like those do a lot. And it'd be helpful if I could get to, like, I don't know.
boosting me higher, I'm gonna be honest. Really? I can't break these windows? Okay, never mind. Yes. I was gonna say, like, these look breakable. It also feels like there's something up here. Wee. Okay, yeah, there's nothing up there. That was going way too high. What do you do? Wait, that was it? Huh. I mean, I know I died a lot, and I really shouldn't talk, but I was like, don't open any normal door. Oh, so that's what the glass is for. I'm so sorry. I did absolutely horrible that. I have everything. Okay, anyways. Revolver, you're going on this. What do you like without? The same, you just take some charges. Oh, it's gonna do multiple times. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's much better. Stupid. That's at 20,000 volts. Okay, Did we just do it? That's so fucking cool. Okay. Oh, the coins just got so much better. I love that. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I'm gonna break the little bolt on. Alright. I thought I remember that day was the night before I forgot. Alright, understood. Maximum efforts needed for this. little bit of setup. Break those boards, they're too tough. Those breakable windows? Oh, wait a minute. So, just because it's the alternate purple at the break. Oh, I have a skull, I can put it on. Can't I want to. These breakable windows? Yeah, I dig around in this game so much. I'm so sorry. I know this game's supposed to be like half about going fast enough to get a good score, but I really just don't care. I just like exploring it. I mean, look at all this cool shit. Look at the work they put into all this. Also, what the fuck? Dude, this gun kicks ass. Dude, this gun kicks ass. What a murder gonna look at this. You're the one not a cat, no one driver. That was so fucking funny. Yeah, well. Hey. Ah, this gun is so cool. Oh, it's over. Wait, nothing else for me to do here? Alright. Well, let's go. I'll know where to go.
Feedback or well, yeah, I assume. I don't want to you're a liar. This coin can. It's already said again. Fuck you. Alright. God damn it, I'm back here. What's going on? He turned around like, where'd he go? He's fine. I got the secret. Okay. This is so cool. I'm not gonna die. That was a straight thing. Oh, there we go. It's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah. That's a good cutscene. Let's see. Apparently that I wasn't counting. It ruined my own joke by not counting. Alright, we'll go down. Secret. Oh. Let's watch it. Let's go for whatever fuck I do. Great. You're doing it right. If you're doing something. Sometimes. Okay. Oh. What love music. Can't break it. It was glad. Oh, darn. This one. Aw, man, I thought it destroyed the toilet. You ruined my 200 health, you son of a bitch. Love the knuckle duster. Knuckle blaster, whatever it's called. Read. Gabriel struck down Minos, his flesh torn asunder with thorns and crimson pooling at his feet as we all cried out for clarity. Justice, Gabriel through all, with our just ruler writhing in wailing agony. The Lord's will be done. We watched on in horror as Minos lay broken, now wailing, screaming in defiance of God's will, Gabriel. Huh, what the fuck, Gabriel? Forget who that guy is, by the way. Too obvious. Another skeleton. And
tell me you're gonna have skeletons around and not keep a skull for me to nap? What the hell? Okay, yeah, those ones is not great. Oh, sweet. Okay, get it. I think that was fun. It was not. Damn. Where's the fourth one? Oh. Right there. I knew I was going big, but I need to get better with coins. It's so boring just shooting with coins. I can sit and do like Bob or Can I get a coin with a grenade? Second? Second. There's nothing with it. Alright. There's even a cooler explosion. Oh. Beat the level under 60 seconds? Oh, actually, I could see how that'd be possible because I promise I'm gonna go back and go for P ranks, guys. I have that thing, that need inside me. Holy shit, these are expensive. So far, like, hold on. So far, when I look at it, the greens kind of do like a lot of damage. A lot of fast damage. Like, you got Revolver with that. I mean, this is also pretty good damage. You got this. This just does. I mean, look at this thing. Huh. Just 50 health for myself. Imagine what that's doing to anyone else. Also, what the fuck? Why did I just say this? This is useful. 2 charges of battery. Just straight gun down people. That's very helpful. What does this do? Powerful drill that sticks to enemies and deals damage over time. The drill causes enemies to bleed continuously with an extra healing rate. Well, come on, that's just awesome. What do? Causes a large explosion similar to a certain familiar face. That wipes out groups of weak enemies with ease. Don't use in water. Okay. Sweet. Alright, fine. Water open. Hey, look, water. Okay. I feel misled, I'm gonna be honest. I thought using in water would cause like a giant shock or something. Kinda like Mario. Not Mario, Sonic. Not Mario. Sonic, and you're like dropping the water with an electrical shield. Yum. I can hear you. Hello. Water. Right. Ooh. Can't go the other way. I can't go this way. See through it though. Oh, break up a wall. I know there's a challenge, but it's like, don't touch the water. I've done it before. Do I want to do it now? Probably not. Like I said, I don't really care. Go to a level. Yeah. That's a level. That's it.
didn't explore, I would have never found that. Because I'm an idiot. But for all you people out there saying, oh, you're going so slow and you die so often, you're clearly really bad at this game, and D2 is better than D1. Something we all know. You guys can go get on. Oh. Oh, that's sad. Well, how? Where did you just get me? Melee? Oh yeah, exactly that. Feels like it's shotgun. That killed me. I would have had to stop for a second. I would have been so unbelievably bad. No, I wouldn't, but like, it would be funny if I What are the those boxes? Okay, hold on. Yeah, what about these? This is 3 of 3. Okay, let me see another one. Did I ever find the first one?
feel like there's something else. Is it really that important? You're really second one, Marty. Definitely have to do the same right there. Don't touch anyone. See, I knew it. I knew there was something wrong. What am I doing now? Heavy steps, ragged breathing. There isn't much time left. It might already be too late. The labyrinth pathways of arbitrary sharp turns seemed stranger and stranger as panic blotted out the once deeply ingrained memories that usually guided me. Every corner felt a stranger. Every straight line too long. The bell tolls for me. I bit down harder on the last of my rations, held only by the skin of my teeth. Well, we're not V1 anymore, because he's a robot. He can't eat. It barely hung on as I kept frantically looking around, hoping for the few scraps of burning memory of mine to find a familiar sight that would lead me to salvation. The gates must be closing by now. The last few barely making it. The rest of us never stood a chance. Suddenly, from a blind spot, a figure struck me. There was no time to react before I came crashing down onto the cold, hard ground. I struggled to regain my senses to at least see what fate would befall me in my final moments, but even in this abyss of endless terror, my mind could not imagine the horror I witnessed. V1, you're a woman? Oof, ouch, ow, ouch, that's the, oh my god. It's Doki Doki Literature Club, hooray! God damn it. Are you okay? Fidget nurse and sweat buckets. So my problem with these games is when I played it very unseriously. I want to, but this is V1. They might murder me for their now spilt sandwich. Are you okay? Well, I just got knocked over by some blind by choice asshole who gave my skirt a decorative dirt coating, so in all fucking fantastic. All in all fan-fucking-tastic. I'd prefer not to get on the ground right now. Well, fuck you then, asshole. Now with an attitude like that, that's gonna get me killed. Sorry, my fault. Alright. Sigh. It even looks like... that looks like the background of Doki Doki when you're standing in front of your house with Sayori. Kind of. There's a missing cat. And they are even hitting pose. God damn it. Hey, sorry about being rude like that. I'm just real frustrated that I'm not only late for school, but also managed to get lost on the way there. Oh, we are ripping. Oh, god damn it. Though by the looks of it, you're pretty much on the same boat, and by a stroke of once-in-a-lifetime luck, you just happen to bump into the prettiest girl in town. Oh my god, I'm like... Can I kill her? The prettiest girl in town, that's your name now. So how about you lead the way and get us both out of this jam? Don't wanna, I don't go to school, actually I'm lost too. Something tells me I'm gonna wanna go back through this and be a giant piece of shit, but come on, let's be nice. Just my luck. Oh, well, fuck you too then, asshole. Though in retrospect, I guess you wouldn't be here with me right now if you weren't lost as well. Wow, you used your brain. Congratulations, smartass. Oh well, no point in crying over spilled blood. Very on point, New Blood Studios. Congrats. We might as well just wait for another student to come by and follow them instead. I'm Mirage. Don't bother telling me your name, though. I don't really care. You could do with being a bit nice to people you've just missed. Just waiting here won't get us anywhere. We should be looking for a way to school. Honestly, I don't give a fuck, so I don't care. Yeah, well, you could do with feet down, so fuck off. Oh, well, shit. She's not Suki. I'm assuming she, because it's a skirt, and she said prettiest girl, so, yeah. Sue me, asshole. But yes, you're right. I don't really care about what you or anyone else thinks of me, so I'm not interested in trying to be nice just so you'll be in a good mood. Well, damn. That's pretty real. Why not? If we're stuck in here together, what's the point in making it worse for both of us? I find it hard to believe, considering how heated up you get from practically anything I say. Yep, let's go the Natsuki way. I'm gonna destroy your whole image. Don't flatter yourself. Blowing off steam is just how I cope. Cope with what? Exactly. Everything. Wow, thanks, asshole. Great response. I mean, really, take a moment to think about it. The human mind, in its complete vastness, is capable of recognizing its utter helplessness and uselessness of the face of inevitability and unavoidable non-existence, but is incapable of coming to terms with it. This just got real. I mean, you're not wrong. We can only ever ignore it, hide from it, or temporarily escape from it, but the fact is that we are bound to the way of all things. That is very true. Death is unavoidable, not only to us, but all that exists or ever has existed. Are you calling yourself a human? Every living being will eventually die out. Every speck of matter will eventually wither away and dissipate into entropy. It doesn't matter if you lived a good life or if you left a legacy behind. It doesn't matter if humanity survives for 1,000 years or dies out tomorrow. The end result is the same, the absolute nothing. Human intelligence is far beyond that of other animals, but it would be misguided to consider that a gift. All other beings have the gift of ignorance, of not understanding what we do. You are calling yourself a human. That is strange. Our intelligence is not a gift, it is a flaw. So, I mean, clearly they're not... V1, and I'm assuming Mirage, they're not human. Look at them. You've got blue robotic skin, and you're clearly a robot. But at the same time, could it be like there's a human mind implanted technologically into the robot body type thing? I don't know. I'm looking too much into it. It's just a dating sim little minigame. It's an overextension of evolution. Intelligence, once a great feature in aeons past, to continue to grow unchecked and unfiltered, and has since passed a threshold whereupon it is no longer a benefit but an active danger to its host. Much like the Irish elk, a species of deer that, through uncountable generations of evolution, grew antlers so wide and vast that it could no longer run for predators, eventually leading to its extinction. That's actually true. Human mind is an evolutionary maladaptation caused by going too far in a direction that was once beneficial and will, sooner or later, lead to our extinction. Very true. On an individual level, it's already happening. Existential dread is already taking hold. I'm sure you felt it too. The pain and fear of being nothing, becoming nothing. Actually, no. The suffering of understanding that. Nope. I'm completely fine with the fact that I'm going to die. We are unable to come to terms with it, so we hide from our own intelligence. That's a matter of opinion, I'd imagine. We set limits. We stop ourselves from thinking too deeply about what will happen when we die. I could honestly care less that we die, shit, either I go to hell, heaven, either there's nothing, there's everything. It could really matter less to me. We create distractions. We keep our minds busy with mundane activities and entertainment to stop ourselves from having to come face to face with the truth. I mean, I guess you're not wrong. Here I am playing Ultrakill. We sublimate it. We transform our self-reflective suffering into another form of art to keep it from consuming us. Anything to avoid the panic. But these ways are all simply temporary. They're just there to push back the inevitable veil of helplessness and despair that would encompass and ruin us. In the end, nothing matters. There's no point in trying to find joy in life, or for life in and of itself is suffering. Well, fucking damn, I'm assuming V1. Huh? You criticize those who consider our vast intelligence a gift, and yet also misguide yourself to believe our meaninglessness is a curse. Meaninglessness is a curse. How could it not be? Nothing we do matters in the end, and that is precisely why we are not shackled by the burden of expectations, the fear of eternal judgment, or the failure to meet up to arbitrary definition of what makes our limited time not wasted. So by that logic, you're saying that I could go commit 100 crimes, but it wouldn't matter. Because as long as it's not time wasted to me, who gives a fuck? You're not afraid of eternal judgment. Are you saying it's just not existing at all? Very strange for a game where we're literally going through hell. But continue. Time cannot be wasted, for there's no greater purpose to life than simply living it. Well, damn, that's quite profound. But still, in that case, the meaninglessness of our actions draw to the same conclusion. There is no reason to act, for any action is simply a temporary fluctuation that will nevertheless lead to the same conclusion. Yeah, quite the contrary. Because we have no greater purpose, we are free to set our own, to create self-defined goals for which to strive. But what's the point of that? For some, it may be nothing. For some, it may be pleasure. For some, it may be creation. For some, it may be improving the lives of others. It is because we have no greater purpose that time spent on goals set by oneself cannot be time wasted. In the end, nothing matters, and therefore you have no reason not to do whatever you want, rather than whatever illusion of greater purpose is forced on you by others or even your own misguided thoughts. Well, that is absolutely correct. That is how it should be, but sadly it's not. We're not allowed to just go out and do whatever the fuck we want. We've got laws in place for that. Because some things, morally, we should just not do. Which I completely agree with. Like, I don't think I should just go out and stab some old woman. I don't know why it has to be an old woman, but that's the first thing that came to mind. But then there are also things that I think should be just accessible and allowed for everyone. Like money. For some strange reason, we decided we need to pay to have the things that help us survive, like food and water. I can understand entertainments and things that aren't necessary to human survival. You can put those behind money, like video games. Sure, by all means, make it cost something. That's completely fair. Somebody put work into this, they should have to pay for it. But I feel like, especially with overinflation, bottled water, things like that, it's a bit counterproductive. You want to survive yourself, but you're making other people have to pay for the things they need to survive with. That's just my thoughts, and in all honesty, it's probably a pretty stupid thought, but what would happen if the people who bottled the water, packaged it, sent it out, all that, what happens when they no longer have access to water? Like the big companies that are like, oh yes, pay us if you want water. What happens when they just don't have access anymore and they have all that money, but they can't get water because of their greed? And, well, that's your own damn fault then. Anyways, I do understand what you mean. However, that doesn't ease my fear of the end. Even if I were to try to find purpose, I would still be paralyzed by the thought of becoming nothing. And it is a thought worth fearing. However, abandoning purpose, hope, choice, goals, pleasure, and will cannot make that thought disappear. The fear, however, can subside. Giving up is not accepting the end, it is simply accepting the fear of it. It is embracing despair rather than facing it. I see. Though as much as I'd like to embrace it, I'm nevertheless struck by that paralyzing existential panic. I understand it logically, and I know that there is no reason to live in apathy, but my emotional side refuses to listen. The fear persists, and I cannot motivate myself to speak purpose despite knowing I must. This is true. The emotional is not controlled by the logical. However, they are interlinked. Just as the deepest, darkest depths of despair can overthrow reason and the logical, warping them to fit into that haze of depression, so too can reason influence and overpower emotion, regardless of how impenetrable its defenses may seem. By continually forcing to subvert that creeping negative thoughts with the positive logical ones, the emotional mind will slowly, eventually, gradually start to shape to fit the logical. It is not an easy job to do. It is not a quick job. It will sometimes feel like an impossible job. However, it can be done. With an immense amount of time, effort, and energy, it will improve. You can change, you can heal, and during the hardest times when it all seems lost and you want to give up, never forget, we will always love you. God damn it, New Blood Studios, why you gotta make me smile, man? That's so fucking sweet. Oh, God. I did not need a therapy session today. Well, I'll be damned. Guess you got a good head on your shoulders after all. Hell, I'm impressed. Man, I feel like I could just shed the weight of the world off my back. Or rather, you've done that for me. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You've given me a lot to think about, and while I'm sure I have a long and hard road ahead of me, I'm optimistic. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, I'm optimistic. Say, we're already way too late for school, and it's becoming quite clear by now that nobody's going to come lead us there. So how about you and I ditch that passion-draining penitentiary and go grab something to eat? We're robots. Who can't? Well, I don't know who this person is behind this point of view, but you're a robot. Nah, sorry, to be honest, I'm still kind of mad you're Ah, that's funny. I want to. Yeah, sure, I've got nothing better to do. You're paying, though. Oh, you sneaky bastard. But alright. I do, you owe you one anyway, so what better the time to cash out your did a nice thing to a girl way out of my league for fun than now. I will beat the shit out of you. Equal rights, equal lefts, man. I'm not afraid. An all-imperfect love song. So that was a love story. That's nice. Who are we playing? What was the point of any of that? Just to give a little thanks to... So... Okay, hold on. Did I skip a mission doing that? No, I did not. Alright. That's good. Yeah, faster, 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 faster. Portable corpse game. What the fuck? Faster. Can I press these buttons? Come on, faster. Why are we stopping? Oh shit! I wasn't even looking. That's my. This looks like the place from the first secret mission. Kinda. Nap. Wee. Faster, 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 faster. Wee. Oh shit. I can zoom in on it. Excuse me? No. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ow. I was not prepared for that at all. And then my momentum was completely off. I feel like I can't really get much height. So yeah, maybe the best choice is just get it done as fast as possible. That is Ow. What, this is not hard at all. Why do I suck? Okay, I'm just gonna hit as much burst damage as I can. Ow. I suck. I'm sorry, guys. This unbelievable. I'm still in the dating sim phase. Not what I meant. But you know what I mean. Like, I'm still. I lost my dream. Fuck. Maybe I should back up. Guys, we used an ultra shot. I swear I was holding A when I dashed, not W. Oh, there's like a limit. Alright, I see. Ooh. Bullshit. Oh wait, do I gotta walk. Yeah. That's stupid. Alright. That made it a lot easier. Ah, God, I forget how many techs you can do in this game. Damn, also, he's got a long arm to reach it down that one. What I have? Anything? I still can't afford. Fuck. Damn it. Damn it all to hell. Faster! Where'd it up? If I had to guess, I'd probably have to get off. I shouldn't have done that, should I? Oh, shit. Ah!
what hit me, but it like all with my ass.
Wait, Gabriel killed this. Now, I swear, I get the feedback, but I guess not. Damn it. Alright, I'll stop dicking around.
Can't have any fun.
God. Why didn't defeat that? Yes.
Okay, we all saw me punch that.
How do I get rid of the black hole? What do I do about the black hole? How do I stop that? Also, how fucking unfair is that? It makes black hole. Parry them? I'm sorry. Damn you, Mr. Dead Minos. That's really fucking inconvenient. I parried you, I punched you. Also, how fucking strong are you, D1, to be able to punch back this giant motherfucker? Yeah, there's just nothing I can do about that. Do I have anything on you? I do. It's quite difficult to recover blood from his hands, usually holding the monster needs for refueling. Any weapon will work against the enemy when we discharge, but mainly projectile parries make for quick wave to inflict grave damage. Although slow, the black hole he summons is extremely dangerous and cannot be destroyed. Well, yeah, I fucking noticed. But you've got no tips on what to do about it. Okay, so I think it's just kind of avoid it. Alright. It's gonna be a whole thing. Not as much as I expected, but still kind of annoying. Parry a punch. Oh, sweet. I got a D for time. Time only. Alright, well, I'm gonna end that one off here. And probably record another one right now. See y'all in the next episode.